A well-trusted Xbox insider has claimed that the next Xbox console may not happen at all. Well, if not, what are their plans? What is the future of Xbox looking like? And is Halo even included in on it? Rebs Gaming has made this brilliant post here, shared some information about Abstraction, which is a studio that has worked on Halo MCC in the past from 2021 to 2022, is also co-developing the Halo CE remake that we're probably going to see trailer and gameplay for, the trailers and gameplay for very soon on October 24th. Abstraction's website lists Halo Studios as a partner, and yes, I just checked myself, they have worked on MCC in the past, but also the LinkedIn profile of a developer there who worked at Bungie as a Halo 2 level designer reveals that they are developing campaign missions for a high-profile, unannounced AAA title, very much likely Halo, not to mention they are working in Seattle as of May 2025. They're in Seattle, Washington, right where Halo Studios is located, right where the Halo World Championship is happening as well. So this is really cool, and to also see that they are an official partner, I'm excited to see what other studios can do. I am also generally tired of kind of halfway outsourcing to other studios. I kind of wish they just gave everything to another studio, but anyways, let's look at this leak from this sneakers guy. He said, without going too much into detail, not long after the last round of layoffs, the next one should be coming in Q1 2026, by the way. So more people are going to be fired in mass, just like in 2023 at Xbox. Some rumblings out of Xbox starting to come out were a little bit hard to believe. He says that the ramifications of the Call of Duty Game Pass gambit not working out were just starting to get properly measured. So yes, now they know that buying Call of Duty was not worth it, or at least putting it on the Game Pass was not worth it. And there was also, we heard them not even knowing if it was going to be profitable with them doing that. So essentially the Game Pass is going up in price because of Call of Duty. I think them buying Activision was kind of a dumb move. I wish they put that $80 billion into what was already working, but that's not how corporate conglomerates work. You know, they just want to take over everything and ruin everything, right? Like Xbox has abandoned Halo, it feels like, for the most part. And I don't know, it kind of feels like they're working on a shoestring budget, right? Why was the Halo CE remake just in crisis mode a few months ago? Likely, right? That's not confirmed, but it seems likely. And this person is also kind of backing up some of this stuff too, that they're really just focusing on software publishing with a significantly honed in focus on profitable IPs such as Call of Duty, Minecraft, Forza. These are the things that they're clearly focusing on, right? Cloud gaming being the home of the Xbox platform, transitioning the Game Pass into basically becoming the point of entry subscription for xCloud access, which I really don't think is going to be a great future proof if that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get ahead of the everything's on the cloud thing. But the problem is not the cloud per se. It's more so the internet access, at least in the US. It's some of the worst in first world countries, and it's throttled. It's generally bad. And yeah, it's just really bad. So I don't understand how they can build an entire business plan with something that's out of their control, which is the terrible ISPs. Anyways, Microsoft has issued a statement. We are actively investing in our future first-party consoles and devices designed, engineered, and built by Xbox. So it seems that all of that is false, right? What I just said from this Reddit, from this NeoGAF actually is the original source. But the thing is, Jess Corden, which is also a journalist, has come out and said the plausibility of these rumors signals a deeper trust issue around Xbox. Well, clearly, because people don't believe what Xbox says anyway at this point. After the Game Pass hike price, when they said it wouldn't be raised, when they also said that the Kinect would not be abandoned, when they've also made promises of producing certain games and have canceled those games, it just feels like a lot of what Xbox has going for it is a smoke and mirror, right? Tom Warren, which is one of the top guys at Verge, has said, I will say he, Sneakers, knows a lot of what goes on internally. I don't think he's a bad source. Sneakers specifically says, the insider says, concrete plans for actual Microsoft Xbox hardware went from being definitive, yes, we're totally going to make it, to up in the air. He said up in the air does not mean canceled, right? That's at least what the Redditor said. So obviously, up in the air means that they're still thinking about it. They're still analyzing the data, probably figuring out the investment cost and things like that, which is very different than we're already working on the Xbox console and we know it's going to be coming out. Plus, it's probably just going to be a glorified cloud machine anyway, I think. But we also do have the Xbox era confirmed. My report with their sources, Rebs Gaming, said that the co-developer partner is, in fact, Absolution, Virtuos, and the Hybrid Engine. So effectively, the rumors were that essentially the Unreal Engine was going to be running along with a version of the Blam engine, in effect to the same way that the Halo 1 Anniversary game was made, how both engines were running at the same time. They're probably going to do this so that you can swap between the past and the present with Unreal Engine, kind of like Halo 1 Anniversary. But honestly, I think that this is a big waste of time. I think they should be doing Halo 3 Anniversary or literally anything else. But with that being said, we also do have a new operation. This includes some new maps, loadout changes, improved matchmaking, and some more Flood stuff, right? As well as a Flood story, which I might cover later, but it's more about, I think, Saturn and the infected Spartans and stuff. But this free operation pass includes 20 tiers, premium operation pass. Man, this game is dead. This game is so dead, bro. Starting October 28th, matchmaking modes will be more consistent. Okay. I mean, there's so much potential here. It's just, I find it hard to cover some of this stuff because, the game's just really seen its day, and I want to, the game has really gathered a lot of content at this point. I think it just needs a big refresh, and maybe we'll see that on October 24th. If you do want to see the full breakdown, I'll post a link in the description for the sources. This is on Waypoint. But yeah, basically it includes free Gravemind Flood themed for Halloween, right? Survive the Undead Return, squad battle updates, and Halo 5 armor is also coming to celebrate Halo 5's 10-year anniversary, which is pretty nutty, right? Pretty nutty. I like this picture here. This is a pretty good one. Xbox's plan is going great so far. Raise game prices to $80. Nobody pre-orders. Raises game prices of Game Pass by 50%. Everyone cancels. Yeah. And the reason why Microsoft is doing this is that they're trying to fix their profit margins. They screwed up, and now we have to pay the price. Well, people don't have to pay the price. People don't want to. People will only accept and tolerate what they're willing to, right? With their money, especially with how tight the economy's been. Things are just going up and up and up. Netflix, Disney, Hulu, they're all raising their prices, what it feels like every 3 to 4 months. And now it's caught up with the Xbox Game Pass. Not to mention how expensive it is to make games now. It's just insane how much money it costs that remakes have to fund current games. Like the Halo 1 remake is probably going to be justifying the budget on Halo 7, as nutty as that might sound. But I think that could be happening. Blue Phoenix has made some really amazing renders here. I just kind of felt like I wanted to share this with you guys. Really good stuff. I really like the subtle rim lighting. I like doing that stuff too. Just really beautiful lighting. I might have to reach out to him to do some work for me because this is really cool stuff. GameStop has a Colorado location where they still have the Halo 3 mural up. And they retweeted this. We'll take it down when something better comes out. 18 million views, 600,000 likes. That is pretty crazy. But to quickly recap, obviously, I think that there is going to be a new Xbox console. This really may be the last one, but there also may not be, honestly. The fact that they're still thinking about it and the fact that we are facing down the barrel of a pretty large recession any day now, I think it makes it pretty difficult for Microsoft to rationalize an Xbox console, especially the fact that they're just not releasing first-party games anymore on exclusively on the Xbox. I kind of miss exclusive games because it allowed these studios to not only save time and money and to make more games, but the launches were more complete and more stable. So, anyways, guys, what do you think about all this down in the comment section below? Let me know. Smash that like button blue, subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.